Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria and today I'm going to be telling you all about my novel, Rose Evans and the Monster Hunters. So if you've been subscribed to my channel for some time, you'll know that I made one of these videos about a year ago talking all about the same novel. I thought that I would make an updated version because I spent all summer rewriting it and it's completely different now, so the old video kind of no longer applies. In my initial version of this book, it was intended as a middle grade or kind of lower end of YA book, and all of the characters had superpowers. This new updated version is solidly YA and nobody has superpowers. Well, there's magic, so there's like powers. Before it was like kind of X-Men-y, but like that's no longer the case. So here I am to update you and share a little bit about the project that I've been working on the last couple of months. So this book is a YA urban fantasy which follows Rose Evans, a 16-year-old girl who used to be a ballet dancer, but after an injury happened, she has now kind of become a hot mess of a party girl. So the book opens with her kind of intoxicated on her way home from a party where she accidentally kills a monster and finds herself able to read minds. So this launches her into the world of the Dorathians, or the Monster Hunters, and her adventures flow from there. In this world, there are three races. The Dorathians, as I said, who are the warriors or the monster hunters. They are gifted with speed and strength. Their job is to basically kill monsters. And in this world, monsters are created by the evil deeds of humans. People do terrible things, a monster happens, then the Dorathians go and they hunt the monster before it kills everybody. The second race are the Magi, and they are the magicians, as I'm sure you could guess by this name. They're very scholarly, their magic operates on the basis of a language that they're born knowing, and yeah, they spend their lives studying, doing little spelly things. They do not help with the war against monsters because they are pacifists by law and are not allowed to kill any living thing. They're kind of the ruling class in some ways. I mean, they don't actually rule over the Dorathians, but their magic enables them to live very well off, and because they don't kill things, they can focus their energies on making new spells and improving their livelihoods, and they very much look down on the monster hunters for being blood lovers, as they call them. And the third and final magical race in this book are the Valerains. These are the mystics, so they're kind of like the religious ones, and they commune with the divine. In this case, it's the being Isildur, who allegedly created these three races, and he has sort of three forms, and each of the races embraces one aspect of his form. And so these mystics, they like commune with him. Theoretically, there's like some contention as to whether or not their visions are actually communicating with a real divine being, or if they just have some sort of power to foresee the future and to know things they shouldn't know. They're kind of neutral, they're not really on the side of the Dorathians or the Magi, but they flip-flop back and forth, and depending on how they see evil, that will kind of help which side they go to. There are four main characters. As I said, Rose Evans is the protagonist. She is a hot mess of an individual. Her journey is kind of learning what she really believes in and what's worth fighting for. And she's very traditionally feminine, and so that's very difficult for me to write because I'm like, let's just punch them all in the face. That'll solve the problem. And then my character would be like, no, that's violent. That's not allowed. So yeah, the second main character is named Selena Ortega, or Lenny. She is a Colombian immigrant who is just an overall badass. She's one of the Dorathians and the one who first discovers what Rose is and helps her transition into her new life. She wanders around wielding a giant battle axe and is very sarcastic, so I love to write her because every time Rose is being annoying, Lenny calls her out on it, and I'm like, yes, girl, she's my baby. The third protagonist is Eric. Eric is the son of the Dorathian commander Meredith, and he is an excellent strategist, but a very quiet, reserved sort, so he kind of provides like a safe place for Rose in a sense when she first enters the world of the monster hunters, because Selena is not sympathetic at all and is like, look, just get over yourself and start to kill things because that's what we do, and otherwise people are gonna die, so like there's no time to pout, okay, let's get on it. And Rose is obviously like, but I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm so emotional, and people are dying, and it's my fault, and I'm so bad at this. And Eric's like, it's okay, and he's super nice. Lenny and Eric are also both classmates of Rose, so there's like a high school aspect as well where they actually knew each other from before, but they didn't get along. So yeah, there's that element as well. And then the fourth and final protagonist is Ben. He's a bit of the old man of the group in a sense. looking out for the others and being a little bit like grumpy and annoyed with their antics. He's also part of the Monster Hunter gang, but he kind of does his own thing, and I can't tell you why because that's a spoiler, but he is also my baby. You know what though? They're all my babies. I love them. So yes, Rose accidentally kills a monster, finds herself able to read minds, and is pulled into the world of the Dorathians. It revolves around Rose's journey dealing with her new life, but also them hunting a particular monster that has arisen in the city and is threatening to destroy everything. So it's like a bit of a like murder mystery meets fantasy, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm really bad at explaining. But yeah, it's got kind of a Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Mortal Instruments kind of feel to it. I don't know what else to tell you. A lot of you have been waiting to be my beta readers because I said I was looking for beta readers, but I am not ready for betas yet. There's been some developments in my life that has put my edits for this on hold, which I can't talk about yet. I'm really excited for people to read this because this is really embarrassing, but like it's based on a dream I had when I was 12, and so I have some other writing projects I'm working on which feel more like who I am as an adult, but this series is like a little special place. You know, like the books you read when you're a kid, it's like the project I envisioned when I was a kid. Obviously it's very different, hence why it's now YA, they now have superpowers. Part of my process of like rewriting this was realizing that the superpower element was purely because my young self that was 12 was just like, everybody should have superpowers because why not? And so it was like, they had all of the abilities that each of the races have, and then they also had like a specific power to themselves just because I was like, yay, powers! It's been a process changing it from that like middle grade, also mixed with my child brain, throwing stuff in there for no reason, to actually making it like a coherent story that makes sense and everything has a purpose and it's not just fun. So, I mean, it is fun. I'm very pleased with where it is now. I was thinking of scrapping the project when I finished the last draft because I was like, this is just rubbish. But like, I feel very proud of where it is now. And so yeah, I guess that's my advice to you is allow your first drafts, plural, to be terrible, because this went through about 3 drafts of shit before I felt like it was decent. So yeah, get those words out. You got this. If you have any further questions, let me know in the comments. I will not be answering anything like specific plot-wise because obviously I want this book to get published one day, so I don't want all the spoilers to be out on the internet already. But yeah, if you have any general questions or if this didn't make any sense, because it probably didn't, then let me know. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!